Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. And if you guys are new here, my name is Chandria, and in this video we're going to be talking about car living. So pretty much I got a lot of my notes here that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Pretty much we're going to be talking about how to live in your car comfortably and like safely and realistically. And a lot of people are curious about this type of lifestyle, and people are even forced in this type of lifestyle. I experienced car life myself. I've been doing it since I was 22. People, I don't know, I feel like a lot of times people like sugarcoat things and stuff, and like I just want to give you guys just like some real advice. We're going to talk about why people do car life. Some people do it because rent is expensive, for one. And then some people do it after like a breakup or like a job loss, or, you know, just like a life transition. You know, if you're moving to like from one place to another and you're like stacking up money or something, you know, something like that. Or, you know, after a breakup, you know, you just got to move out from your person's apartment, you know, more emotional stuff and everything like that. Some people also like just want freedom. You know, they don't want to be tied down, you know, like just living in one spot. They like to move. They like to have everything and move, and like backpacking almost, but in a car, I guess. Some people are saving for a van, you know, some people are saving for an apartment, for a business, or even a debt payoff. And for me personally, car life like represents more so like survival mode. Well, it represented survival mode like when I was first forced into doing car life, but it's also strategy. So first tip, I would say when you're starting car life, or if you're a beginner doing van life or car life or wherever you're trying to do, and if you're living in your car, my number one tip is power and electricity. That is really important. And I say one of the best things you can do is get a power station. Being able to charge your phone, lights, fans, laptop, the power station is just good for that. You know, it's just able to charge most of your necessities that you're going to need. So also have like, you know, a car charger, a backup battery pack, extra charging cords. Make sure you keep your charging cords organized, because you don't want to have your stuff all tangled and just bunched up in a mess. You know, just try to like wrap them up the best way you can. Power station and having it plugged. You're driving, it's always charging up. And me, like I always have my car on, so yeah, my power station is like almost always full, unless I'm like using a microwave or like just using some sort of high power that's going to drain it a lot. But even when I'm using a microwave, it's only for like what, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Tip number two. So I would say keep food, water, and snacks in your car not at all times. Well, at all times, yes. Maybe not food, but definitely keep water and snacks in your car at all times, because like it's just gonna be a time where you're just always gonna need water. You should always keep water in your car, because water is just essential to life. Everyone needs water, so you just always want to make sure you have like at least a gallon of water somewhere, like, you know, tucked in under something, or at least 1 to 2 gallons of backup water. And if you just have your regular, you know, water bottle laying around, that's good too. But always have water on you. It's really important. And snacks, I would definitely want to say always have snacks on you too, because snacks are like, it's like a necessity too, I would say, because there are going to be nights where the stores are going to be closed and money is tight, or like you just don't feel like moving at all. So like I just feel like having snacks is just a good little, you know, luxury that you can give to yourself when you're like living in your car, so that you don't always have to, you know, go out and eat. You could just, when you're like really hungry, you could just eat your snacks for a little bit, and that could just hold you over for when you actually are going to get food. Because guys, there was so many times where I was in my Rogue and even in my van, my Transit, and I was just so hungry. I'm like, bruh, I don't have any snacks. And I would advise keeping healthy snacks, but it's whatever your budget can allow at the moment. Food, when it comes to food, I would say keep non-perishables, like stuff you can warm up in a microwave, little pastas, noodles, and stuff. I really don't recommend eating that consistently, because those foods aren't really healthy for you. But like I said, if your budget allows it or don't allow it, you just got to do what you got to do. That's just a way to just keep your belly full when you're living in your car. Tip number three is window covers. Window covers, guys. I really feel like window covers are a good, you know, necessity when you're living in your car. They give privacy, they help block out light, and they can also help with temperature too, like depending on if you have like it insulated or not. Or just like blankets or some way to just give yourself privacy when you're sleeping, because at the end of the day, you don't want people to just know that you're sleeping in your car. I mean, it is what it is. Like, no shame in my game, but having window covers just give you more privacy. Everybody don't have to be watching you sleep and all that other stuff. So tip number 4 is hygiene and staying clean. It's really important when you're living in your van because it just gives you a sense of confidence and it gives you like mental clarity and like mental health. Like when you're clean and your body is clean, you feel clean, and other people will look at you like, okay, like, you know, like they won't know that you're like going through something or living in your car because you keep yourself upkept, you know. So I would say like keep a hygiene bag ready with you. Like have a toothbrush, have toothpaste, have deodorant, have wipes, have lotion, soap, hand sanitizer, feminine care items or masculine care items, you know, and a towel, you know, whatever toiletries that you think you would need, you know, when you're living in a car. And even like face products and hair products, you know, just little stuff that you think you would need to, you know, make yourself look upkept, you know, like on a regular basis. Like it's the same stuff that you would use in a house pretty much. Tip number 6. Gym memberships. Like gym memberships are very important because like it just gives you access to just like have a spot to just, you know, use the bathroom like I mentioned before, shower, which is really, really important for showering. Because when you're on the road where you don't have a build, you need some place to shower. Like what are you going to do? Like you got to just figure out some place to just get everything done because that's just needed. They can be a lifesaver for a lot of us because it helps us it just gives us access to things that you don't have that luxury of having when you're living in a car like you used to if you used to live in an apartment or at home or something like that. I recommend Planet Fitness. If you have Planet Fitness close to you, that's what I recommend. If not, just look up some closest gyms to you and yeah, just find one there. And hopefully the membership shouldn't be too expensive if your budget allows it. Tip number 7, bathroom plan. So I feel like nobody talks about this a lot. Like, yeah, a gym membership is a good idea to have a bathroom, but also I feel like sometimes if you're not near a gym, what are you going to do? Like you need some way to just release yourself. So I would say gas stations, gyms, of course, grocery stores, 24-hour spots if available. Like I have a Giant around here that's 24 hours, so you know if I have to go, I can go there. Have a P-cup, especially for women. Like I cannot stress this enough. Having a P-cup has come in handy for me just so many times. And there's a lot of P-cups that you can get from, you know, just Amazon or online stores. You just look up P-cup. There's some for men and there's some for women. So P-cups is definitely a necessity when you are living in your car because there are going to be a lot of times where you have to pee, not just poop, you know. So peeing, especially if you want to stay hydrated, I would say definitely keep yourself hydrated so that you can pee, because you know what, you want to stay hydrated when you're living in your van because you just want to make sure you're keeping up with your health. That's a very important thing. Keeping your car healthy. That is very important. Keeping your car healthy. Like if you live in your car is your shelter. So you have to be making sure you're keeping up with oil changes, maintenance. You need to teach yourself how to change your spare tire. Like, you know, keeping your car clean. Just make sure you are keeping up with everything. Fluids, batteries, you know, tire pressure, oil changes. I think I mentioned that. Brakes, everything. You know, just make sure you are keeping up with those things because that is very important when you are living in your car. Your car is your home at the moment, and you do not want your home to be breaking down. You know, respect your car. That's what I really should say. So sleeping peacefully and sleeping like, you know, I guess comfortably. I would say sleep is definitely everything. If you don't sleep well, everything feels harder. You know, for hot weather, use a fan, crack the windows for airflow, you know, use lightweight blankets or don't sleep with a blanket at all. Because waking up sweaty in hot cars is freaking miserable, guys. I'm telling you, like, it's like, I don't know, it's just not a good feeling. There's multiple times where I woke up like just like really just hot, not really drenched, but definitely like a little like moist because I'm sweating, like what the heck. But yeah, for the winter time, you know, like vice versa, thick blankets, you know, a little space heater if your power station allows it, or you can get like a propane heater, Mr. Buddy. You can use that too, turn it on and off whenever you can. Use thick blankets and just layer up and use warm clothes like that. Those are very, important key aspects to keeping yourself warm when you're living in your car, especially when you don't have a build. So yes, if your vehicle has space, you know, a cot or a sleep platform helps a lot. I'm not gonna lie, like ever since I put my cot in a van, I've been sleeping a lot more comfortably, like than sleeping in a front seat because I don't have my build yet. If you know, if your vehicle doesn't allow it, you know, the front seat sleeping is doable, especially with padding and blankets, you know. Just make the best out of your setup, you know. Do what you got to do with your current situation. You know, it may not be luxury, but it's just still functional. It still needs to be functional. Tip number 10, safety. Safety matters more than aesthetics. You know, lock your doors every night. You know, just make a habit to always lock your doors. Keep your keys close to you. Rotate parking spots if you can, you know, and trust your instincts. You know, leave something if it feels off. You know, leave a place if it feels off. I mean, keep your phone charged. You know, let people know you're okay as well. You know, let people know that you are okay. This goes hand into keeping contact with family. Like, I don't know if, you know, the situation with family put you in this situation, but it's definitely good to just always keep in contact with family, you know, because you never know where you're just going to need help more than your car. Tip 11 is staying organized. Storage organization. Car life gets stressful fast when everything is cluttered everywhere. Oh my goodness. Like, when everything is everywhere, you just can't focus. It's like, what am I doing, you know? So use bins, bags, storage units if needed. And what I mean storage units, like, you know, extra storage space, public storage. Those are the two most common ones, but I use extra storage space. I like them. I have 24-hour access. I like it. Keep sections for clothes, hygiene, food, important documents, emergency gear. Organization saves energy and it saves time. Tip number 12. Don't live only in the car. And what I mean by that is, like, get out the car. Like, you know, go to work, go to parks, go to libraries, go to coffee shops, you know, volunteer to places like animal shelters if you can, you know, foster animals in a van if you can, if you have a van. But, you know, just, I don't know, just do something that sparks your dopamine, you know, walk around. Because sitting in a car all day kind of like trains your mind in a way. I don't know how to explain it. It kind of gives you the ick in a way, because it's like, oh my god, what am I doing in my life? It's like, help me literally. But yeah, like, protect your mental health. So, you know, like, don't only live in a car, get out and do stuff. Okay, so those are the main tips I can give to you guys, but my final message would be, like, and my biggest tip would be, is to just have a plan. Like, just have a plan. Car life should be a stepping stone if that's what you want it to be. Like, it shouldn't be something that's like stressful to you or like draining you or like keeping you from, you know, living your life. Like, you can save for bills, you can save for a debt freedom, you know, you can save for emergency fund, you can save for an apartment, you can save for a van bill like I'm doing, you know. Just have a new chapter in your life. Just experience what it's like to live in your car. So use the season you're in to build the season that you want. Like, there's dignity in doing what you need to do, like, while working towards more. Just make sure you just don't lose yourself in a process of trying to become someone else, you know, because it can get hard. It can get really hard. Then people become desperate, you know. You never know where desperate paths will take you. Always keep your head on the swivel when you're living in your car. You know, just always protect your space, protect your mental health, work on saving money, eat healthy, and have fun too. Like, definitely have fun. Like, car life is supposed to be fun, you know. Have freedom, explore, you know, like, explore the world. You know, you'd be surprised at where a car ride would take you once you just stop at a random spot or something like that. Like, all right guys, so if this video helps you, please subscribe, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of more tips and growth moments and growth journeys and behind the scenes and everything in between with you guys. And yeah, so definitely in the comments, you know, put your tips and your experiences with living car life, or, you know, if you're about to live in a car or something like that, you know, like, let some people know, like, your experiences and what you're going through. And, you know, this is a safe space for people. Please, no hate comments or no rudeness or nothing like that, because I'm a soft soul and I get triggered easily. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Bon voyage.